Batting sixth and playing second base, number 4, Phaedria Smith. Batting seventh is the designated player, number 19, Kennedy Allsbrook. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 9, Clarissa Ball. And batting ninth is the pitcher, number 23, Nia Fisher. And starting at shortstop is number 3, Ariana Battle. The head coach of the Lady Tigers is Amber Holman, and she's assisted by Antoinette Smith.
Come on, Mike, it's live.
And now here's the starting lineup for your Flagler College Saints. Leading off the shortstop, number 2, Sydney Stewart. Batting second is the catcher, number 21, Emily Ricci. Batting third and playing second base, number 11, Hannah Smith. Batting fourth and playing third base, number 18, Kylie McQuillan. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 9, Reese Snipes. Batting sixth is the center fielder, number 24, Kyla Kadir. Batting seventh is the designated player, number 20, Kirsten James. Batting eighth is the right fielder, number 5, Jordan Moss. And batting ninth is the left fielder, number 33, Brooke Maher. And in the circle for the Saints is number 12, Alyssa Hunter. The head coach of the Saints is Catherine Grant. She is assisted by Kaylee Allen and Paul Silverman. And the athletic trainer is Tara McNeely. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your hats to honor America in the singing of the national anthem by Charity Walton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon from Flagler Field. That was Miss Charity Walton with the national anthem today to get us started on a picture-perfect Tuesday here in St. Augustine. I'm Mike Licio. I'll be here for Game 1, Game 2 to be determined. But there will be 2 games today between the Savannah State Tigers and the Flagler Saints. Savannah State 15-20 on the year, Saints 25-12. Talk more about that in a moment, but let's get the Tigers starting lineup. Nevaeh Ford leads off in center. Jayla Alexander bats second in left. Ambria Guy is the third baseman batting third. Madison Starling Martin is the first baseman batting cleanup. Batting fifth, Callie Powell, the catcher. Phaedria Smith, the second baseman, bats sixth. Kennedy Allsbrook is the designated player batting seventh. Batting eighth is Clarissa Ball in right. The pitcher, Nia Fisher, bats ninth. The flex player is the shortstop, Ariana Battle. Alyssa Hunter making her 16th start of the year, her 19th appearance. She struck out 61 in 95 and 2/3. She's 11-3 on the season with a 3.95 ERA. 71 degrees under mostly clear skies here in St. Augustine as we are about to begin. Nevaeh Ford leads off, 194 on the year, no home runs, 5 RBI. First pitch at 2:02 is a ball, and we are underway. Ford had 3 hits in the Benedict series last week, as she takes one of the letters for strike 1. Tigers, as I said, 15-20 on the year, 11-10 in the SIAC. They are coached by Amber Hallman in her 3rd season. Hunter behind in the count, 2-1 to Nevaeh Ford. Saints coming off of being swept up at Aiken this past weekend. That one right down St. George Street for strike 2. Saints 10-5 in the conference. They'll have another conference series with Lander this weekend as that's fouled back. They went into last weekend tied for first, but they had the tiebreaker over North Georgia. But that obviously changes with the sweep from Aiken. They were also ranked 20th in the country going into the weekend. Cut on and missed. And there's one away. First strikeout for Hunter. Jayla Alexander comes up.
Jayla Alexander.
253 on the year, no home runs, 10 RBIs. Tigers hit 245 as a team. That's in for a strike. Alexander hitting 300 over her last 4 games as she takes one down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the first of game 1 between Flagler and Savannah State. It's fouled off. If you're not familiar with where St. Augustine is or where Savannah is, they're about 2.5 hours apart, depending on traffic. So not a bad drive for a midweek series. Hunter ready. That one up and in. 2-2. Emily Ricci behind the plate. Reese Snipes at first. Hannah Smith at second. Sid Stewart is the shortstop. The third baseman's Kylie McQuillan. Hunter deals, and that's outside. The count is full. Brooke Marr in left. Kyla Kinnear in center. JoJo Moss in right. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, no score here in the first. The payoff pitch with Guy on deck. Cut on and missed. Strikeout number 2 for Hunter, and there's 2 away. Ambria Guy, 337, that's second on the team. Leads the team with 2 home runs and 26 RBIs on the season. Guy takes the ball. Perfect day for a ball game, and Ambria probably believing it's a perfect day to break out of a slump. And she's ahead in the count, 2-0. That's in for a strike, 2-1. That one misses away, 3-1. Madison Starling Martin on deck. It's 3-1 pitch. That is going to be A 5-pitch walk. First one issued today by Hunter.
Now batting first base, Madison Starling.
8th walk of the year for Guy, as Madison Starling Martin, 192 on the season with no home runs and 9 RBIs, steps in. Takes a pitch off the corner for ball 1. Catherine Grant, the head coach of the Saints, closing in on 200 wins. Looking for win 195 and 196 today, as Emily Ricci's going to go out to talk to Alyssa Hunter. Alyssa Hunter has been Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Week twice this year. Been up and down over her last few starts. This is the time of year when it becomes a dog days for a lot of freshmen, as that is in for a strike 2 and 1. You know, a high school team that makes a deep run probably play about 30 to 35 games in college season. You'll play at least 50, as that's cut on a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The runner at first is Ambria Guy. That's back to the circle. Hunter knocks it down over to first in time, and the side is retired. Tigers strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first, scoreless. Starting lineup for the Saints. Sydney Stewart is the shortstop leading off. Emily Ricci bats second behind the plate. Hannah Smith bats third at second. Kylie McQuillan cleans up at third. Reese Snipes bats fifth at first. Kyla Kinnear, sixth, is the center fielder. Kirsten James is the designated player batting seventh. Jordan Moss bats eighth in right. And Brooke Marr bats ninth in left. Taking the circle for the Tigers, that is Nia Fisher, making her 22nd appearance, her 12th start. She's 9-5 with a 4.14 ERA, 74 strikeouts and 96 in the third innings. Just as a reminder, the flex player is the shortstop, Ariana Battle, for the Tigers. Sid Stewart leads off, 417, 10 home runs, 38 RBIs. Sid has moved into the top 10 in school history in runs, doubles, triples, home runs, extra base hits, total bases, and just outside the top 10 in a few other categories. First pitch from Fisher. Stays up, ball one. That one stays up 2-0. Stewart ahead in the count. Also currently 13th in school history in walks, tied with Morgan Murphy. 3-0, Emily Ricci on deck. That's in for strike one. Three-one pitch. Good pitch, but it misses. And it's a 5-pitch walk for Sydney Stewart to start the game.
Now batting is the catcher.
Brings up Emily Ricci, 375 on the year, a home run, 23 RBIs. That's in for a strike. Callie Powell behind the plate. Madison Starling Martin at first. Phaedra Smith at second. Ariana Battle at third. At short, Ambria Guy at third, as that's outside. Jayla Alexander in left. Nevaeh Ford in center. And Carissa Ball is the right fielder. Count is 1-1 to Ricci. That's a line drive to right field, right at the right fielder. Stewart gets back. Ball makes the play and throws a strong ball in. Hannah Smith.
Number 11, Hannah Smith.
One walk away from becoming the 11th Saint in history with 50 walks in their career. 397, 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. She and Sydney Stewart have had a back and forth battle for the team walks lead. Stewart is now ahead with that leadoff walk, 22-21. That's high. Stewart goes, slides into second base, and she's safe with the 20th stolen base of her Saint career. Pitch at the plate was a ball, and it's 2-0. Fisher ready. Breaking ball misses away. It's 3-0. Kylie McQuillan on deck with 1 out. That's on the corner for a strike, 3-1. Sid Stewart is the runner at second. Just got some breaking news on my phone that the Florida Gators have finished number 1 in the poll. Well, that's not a surprise after last night's win in the national championship. That's inside the Smith, and now she has tied her teammate for the team lead with 22 walks on the season. Her 50th career walk. She is 11th all-time behind my good friend Tatum Morgan, who is 10th with 52. Kylie McQuillan, 328, 2 home runs, 36 RBIs. First pitch floats away, 1-0. Stewart is the runner at second. Smith is the runner at first. Here in the bottom of the first, we are scoreless. Wind has shifted a little bit. Looks like it's blowing more towards left now, as that is sliced foul. 1-1. Fisher ready on 1-1. That is back up the middle. Slow roller steps on the bag and gets the lead runner, so that's Battle making the play at second. Smith is out. 6 unassisted. Stewart goes to third. McQuillan is at first on a fielder's choice for Reese Snipes.
Now batting number 9, Reese Snipes.
Snipes had a 20-game stretch where she hit almost 600. Trying to recapture that. She's had 359, 5 home runs, 31 RBIs on the season. Takes that one for a strike. Fourth on the team, excuse me, with 31 RBIs. Saints currently have 4 players over the 30 RBI mark. Out in front of that one, but it's foul. And it's 0-2 with 2 out. Waste pitch there, 1-2. Stewart the runner at third, McQuillan at first. That is a base hit to center field, and that's going to score Stewart. That's an RBI single for Reese Snipes. Snaps are out of an 0 for 13, and the Saints take a 1-0 lead. Career run number 105 for Sydney Stewart. She is one behind Lauren Eli for 5th place in school history. McQuillan the second as Kinnear comes up. That one bounces away, and the runners are going to advance on the wild pitch. So McQuillan goes to third, Snipes goes to second. Kinnear 315, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs on the season. That one up and in, 2-0. It is an absolutely gorgeous day. I've had some great weather this year here. It's 2-1. 2023 was the best, but this year is giving it a run for its money in my 8 years here. That's a fly ball left field, tailing rather, foul. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on for Kylie Kinnear. Kinnear has reached base in 15 straight games. That is a grounder to third, over the first. Nice play there by Guy. And the side is retired. The Saints get a run on a hit. They take a 1-0 lead into the second on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
No matter where you want to go, BNS Signs, quality signage and service. When it comes to signs, we do it all. And Ameris Bank, sales for the expected or unexpected.
Top of the second, Powell, Smith, and Allsbrook will come up this inning.
22, Callie Powell.
Callie Powell, 273 on the year with a home run and 11 RBI. Alyssa Hunter, the right-hander from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, the former Thunder Ridge Grizzly, continues in the circle. Starts off with a ball. upstairs 2-0. Neither pitcher has located the strike zone very well to start. As it's 3-0, Phaedra Smith on deck. That one at the knees, 3-1. And she hits her for a hit batsman by Hunter. Among the leaders in the conference in that category. And so Powell is off to first as Phaedra Smith comes up. 185 on the year, no home runs, 10 RBIs. This is the first game of a 7-game homestand as that is bunted at and missed. Powell as at first. Saints have 2 today against Savannah State. They play Lander on Friday for 1 and 2 more on Saturday. And then next Wednesday, St. Leo comes to town before the Saints head back on the road for Georgia Southwestern. It's quickly 0-2 to Smith. Callie Powell at first. That one misses high. 1-2. Savannah State, formerly a Division I program. That's a fly ball to center field. Coming in and making the play is Kadir. And there's one away. Kennedy Allsbrook, no home runs, 10 RBIs, hitting .207. She's the designated player today. Hunter's first pitch, fouled off. That was not fouled off. The swing and a miss, the pitch was dropped, so on the pass ball, Powell will go to second. Big cut there, and it's 0-2. That one outside, 1-2. Amber Hallman is the coach of the Tigers in her 3rd year at Savannah State. Was MEAC Rookie of the Year in 2012 when Savannah State was still a Division I program. As that misses low, 2-2. Spent 5 years as a head coach for 2 NAIA schools before coming to Savannah. Chance to come back home for her as the count is full to Allsbrook. Carissa Ball on deck. Powell the runner at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fouled off, we'll do it again. That's fouled off. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Kennedy Allsbrook battling in the batter's box. That's grounded foul. Let's do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cut on and missed. took 9 pitches, but Hunter gets it done for her 3rd strikeout of the day.
Now batting number 9, Clarissa Ball.
So Ball comes up 213, no home runs, 3 RBIs as that misses away for ball 1. Powell at second. Cut on and missed, 1-1. Want to kind of expand on, when I say, freshmen usually they hit the wall a little bit, especially pitchers, and this is not unique to Alyssa Hunter, this is by and large, as that misses away, because not only is the schedule longer in college, but a lot of times these young ladies, when they're in high school, they're so dominant. They're not pitching, they're not throwing a lot of pitches, not getting deep into counts. They don't get a lot of, as that's cut out and missed for strike 2, they don't get a lot of 9-pitch at-bats like you just saw. They don't get a lot of high leverage at-bats because they're just so overpowering. So they're throwing more pitches and they're throwing more high leverage situations. As that makes the count full, but Hunter has been superb, going 11-3 on the season. Powell at second. Fisher on deck, 3-2 the ball, misses in. Second walk of the day by Hunter. Brings up Nia Fisher, the pitcher. 133 on the year, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Fisher takes the ball. Fisher 1 for 3 against Benedict in her last game at the plate. 1-1 with a .58 ERA. She's been pretty good her last 2 starts. Ricci and Hunter getting on the same page. One and 0 to Fisher. Powell at second. That is a fly ball popped up. Stewart has it, and the side is retired. Some traffic on the bases for the Tigers, but Hunter pitches out of it. We go to the bottom of the second. The Saints lead 1-0 here on the Peach Belt Sports Network. Bottom of the second, Saints will go 7-8-9. Kirsten James, JoJo Moss, and Brooke Marr against Nia Fisher.
Is number 20, Kirsten James.
The transfer from St. Petersburg College, the former First Coast Buccaneer. I did a high school football game at First Coast, a playoff game my first year. My beloved mentor, Dr. Dave, forgot the microphones that night. That was interesting. James leads off, takes strike one. Kirsten is hitting 192 with no home runs and 3 RBI. She's the designated player for the Saints today. That was the first of many broadcasting playoff losses in high school for me. 1-1. The Flagler Palm Coast Bulldogs lost that game 49-13. My record as a high school announcer in the playoffs, 0-13 in 16 years. So eventually I'm going to get off the schneid. That is a line drive. Just gets through for a base hit. At least that's how I see it, and the scorer agrees with me. James now 3 for 5 in her last 2 games. She had been 0 for her previous 11. Jordan Moss, 268, a home run, 16 RBIs. That is fouled out of play. That plane seems kind of low, but not really. It's making the turn towards the Northeast Florida Regional Airport. Oh, and 1 to Moss. Moss, power numbers are down this year. She had 10 home runs last year. James goes, and she is safe. So Kirsten James, with her second stolen base of the year. The pitch was a ball. It's 1-1. As I was saying, Moss's power numbers are down a little bit this year, but still having very good at bats, still putting the ball in play as it's 2-0. Along with her power numbers, though, her strikeouts are way down. Only 11 this year, so she's been more selective at the plate as well, showing good bat discipline. And here's an example of that. She's ahead in the count, 3-1. Brookmar on deck. That one down and in for a walk. Third walk today by Fisher. Fisher only 42 walks in 96 innings coming in, so she's had good control. As Maher comes up, Brooke 304, no home runs, 9 RBI. Saints at 336 as a team. Maher pulls back. First pitch is a ball. Pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. No one out. Kirsten James is second. Jordan Moss at first. Saints already lead 1-0. Looking for more here in the second. And that one hits her. Off-speed pitch got away from Fisher there. Her 11th hit batter, and that loads the bases up.
Now batting number 2, Sydney Stewart.
For Sydney Stewart. Transfer from Northwest Florida State by way of Georgia Southern, went to Harris County High School, calls Forston, Georgia home. That's a fly ball to center field. Track! Whoa! Grand slam! Sid Stewart! It's 5-0! Sid becomes the 6th Saint to hit 20 home runs in her career. And the Saints extend their lead to 5. Sid continues to be, at least in the 8 years I've been here, the most complete ball player the Saints have had. I argue even some of the years past. Because Sid is a 5-tool player, and she shows it there with the grand slam. James scores, Moss scores, Mars scores, and Stewart follows behind him as Emily Ricci will now come up. 87 RBIs now. That puts her in a tie for 9th place with Alona Personius in school history. 20 home runs puts her in a tie, puts her in sole possession of 6th, one behind Breezy Collins, Alona Personius, and Morgan Murphy. It's 1-0 to Ricci. Ricci, the sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, went to Pope High School. Down and in, 1-1. Ricci flew out to right. Hitting 200 over her last 6 games as that one stays up. And it's 3-0. I got 2-1 on the scorecard, so I must have mismarked it. Smith on deck. And that's a strike. Ricci 6th in school history with stolen bases as that misses. And that's walk number 4 for Fisher. Ricci is tied with Paige Maceda for 6th in stolen bases in school history.
Number 11, Hannah Smith.
Good chance she'll be in at least 3rd by the time the year is over. This 36 would get her to 3rd place as I drop my pen. First pitch to Hannah Smith is a ball. Smith, also a sophomore from Northgate High School in Newton, Georgia. Had a 15-game hitting streak to start her Saint career. That is a school record. Kylie Kinnear, I believe. Excuse me, that was Reese Snipes made a run at that. Kylie Kinnear had a long hit streak of her own this year. Ricci the runner at second. Two and 0. Smith 3 and 0. She's been a walk machine this year. Already has one today. And that is her second walk of the day. The 5th walk issued by Fisher. And now Hannah Smith, 1 walk away from going into the top 10 in school history.
Now batting number 18, Kylie McQuillan.
Kylie McQuillan reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. First pitch, down and away, ball 1. Speaking of hitting streaks, McQuillan comes in on a 9-game hitting streak. That one drops early. It's 2 and 0. Ricci at second, Smith at first. Still no one out. Saints have already put 4 on the board. That's grounded foul, 2 and 1. McQuillan went to Lake Nona High School, transferred to Flagler from UNC Greensboro. Lake Nona's all-time leader in home runs with 15. Just misses 3 and 1. Reese Snipes on deck. That's fouled off. The count is full. Reaching at second, Smith at first with no one out. Reese Snipes on deck. Reaches out and turns on that one, foul. McQuillan was late known as Athlete of the Year. And the bases are loaded after the walk to McQuillan, and now that'll bring up Reese Snipes. Reese Snipes already has 2 grand slams this year.
Now batting number 9, Reese Snipes.
Snipes, the transfer from Lake Sumter State, where she was a Lake Hawk. Before that, she was a Spruce Creek Hawk. 3 separate words there, Spruce Creek Hawk. That's outside 1-1. Speaking of Spruce Creek, the team that I think is finally going to get me off my playoff schneid, the Matanzas Pirates softball team beat Spruce Creek for the first time this year. 2-1. Reese Snipes has a grand slam actually in her last 2 home series. 2-1 pitch. Jammed her there. She slices it foul. It's 2-2. Six walks on the day for Fisher. Looks like we're going to have a substitution here. Get my highlighter out here so I can mark who's going where. Still waiting. But it looks like, if I had to guess, Battle is exiting the game. Fisher's going to shortstop. And Allsbrook is coming in the pitch. No, that can't be right. Let me not speculate. Amber Guy goes to third. Allsbrook goes to short. No, Allsbrook goes to third. Guy goes to short. And it's 3-2 to Snipes. So let's see. Guy to short. Allsbrook to third. Fouled out of play. Into right field at Drysdale Field. This is the 6th pitch of the at-bat. It was actually the 7th. And down swinging goes Snipes. And there's one away. First strikeout of the day for Fisher.
Now batting number 24, Kyla Kinnear.
Kyla Kinnear becomes the 9th batter of the inning. She grounded out to third her first time up. She's from Stuart, Florida. Went to Jensen Beach High School. transferred from Indian River State. Bases loaded here. That's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ricci at third, Smith at second, McQuillan at first. 5-0 thanks to a Cindy Stewart grand slam and an RBI single from Reese Snipes. Nice pitch on the corner, 2-2. First of 3 games for me today. I've got 2 here, then I've got a high school game after this. As that one misses away, 3-2. Kirsten James will come up for the second time this inning. 5 runs for this inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that is ripped foul. We'll do it again. Seventh pitch of the at-bat for the 6-hitter Kinnear. Saints have 5 runs, 4 in this inning, 3 hits in the game. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 0 for Savannah in the game. Ricci at third, Smith at second, McQuillan at first. Cut on and miss, and there's 2 away. Fisher is finding a way to buckle down. And she's 1 out away from getting out of the inning without further damage.
Now batting number 20, Kirsten James.
Kirsten James takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 3 on for this inning. 5 in the game for the Saints. James from Woodstock, Georgia, went to Etowah High School. It's 1-1. Singled her first time up this inning. Stole a base. That is up the middle. Gets the runner at second. And that is the end of the inning. Saints get 4. They lead 5-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd here on the Peach Belt Sports Network. Emily Ricci with a stolen base last inning moved in the sole possession of 6th place ahead of Paige Maseda with her 29th career stolen base. Next up on the list, Brittany Haddam at 32. Alyssa Hunter goes back out there with 5 runs on the board.
Number 12, Nevaeh Ford.
She'll face the top of the order. Ford, Alexander, and Guy this inning. Ford struck out her first time up. Lines that one to McQuillan, and there's 1 away. The Baldwin High School grad from Milledgeville, Georgia is retired. Jayla Alexander from Duluth High School in Duluth, Georgia, comes up for the 2nd time today. Struck out her first time up. Fouls that one back. Saints trying to get back to the NCAA regionals where they went for the first time in 12 years last season. A 35-win season. That's popped up, fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, outside, 1-2. Cut on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Hunter, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 10, Embryo Dyer.
Embryo Guy from San Diego went to San Diego Mesa College and Morse High School. Walked her last time up. Takes the ball there. Tigers have worked Hunter into deep counts multiple times today. That one at the knees, 1-1. Seven of the previous 11 hitters, that's strike 2, have gone at least 5 pitches deep. So they're getting good at bats. Alyssa Hunter just able to stay in and battle as that is popped up. Stewart calls for it. She has it. And the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Saints lead 5-0 on the Peach Belt Sports Network. Bottom of the 3rd. Saints will go Moss, Marr, and Stewart 8-9-1 after sending 10 batters up last inning. JoJo Moss walked her first time up. She's from Macon, Georgia. Went to Windsor Academy and Radford. Moss currently tied for 12th in school history with Alyssa Velez in home runs. Happy belated birthday to Alyssa Velez. Fortunately, I haven't been doing this long enough for former players to get to the point where they don't want to say their age anymore. But we're getting there. That one in for a strike, 1-1. Moss had the 2nd highest slugging percentage last year. Nice play at second by Smith. Over to Starling Martin at first, and there's one away. Brooke Marr from Lassiter High School, the sworn rival of Pope High School, where Emily Ricci went in Marietta. Brooke was hit by a pitch to start in her first game. First about of the game, I should say. She takes a strike there. Mars reached base now with that hit by pitch in 12 of the last 14 games. She's quickly behind 0-2 Fisher struggled through the early part of the second, but has really settled in now. It's 1-2. That one stays up 2-2. That's a chopper up the middle. Allsbrook has to wait on it. Quick hands, but not quick enough, as Mara has an infield signal. She quickly, I mean, the way she was able to transition off that ground out and even get the ball out, pretty impressive, but Mara able to outrun it. Stewart has come up twice. She had been 0 for her last 9. She walked her first time up and stole a base and hit a grand slam her last time up. Her 20th career home run, and she takes a big cut there and fouls it off. Mara is the runner at first. Stewart needs one more home run to move in the 5th place with 3 different Saints. Then she'll be looking at trying to chase down Kylie Taylor for 2nd. She won't get to 1st. Mackenzie Conley has 44. So, as much as I think Sid Stewart can do anything, I don't think she's hitting 25 home runs the rest of the season. As that's fouled off 1-2. Stewart set 7 school records last year. Finished in the top 10 in 8 others. Jammed on that one. That's a roller to second. Smith over the first. Nice stretch there by Starling Martin. And there's 2 away. Marr moves over to first on the ground, or excuse me, the second on the ground out.
Now batting number 21, Emily Ricci.
Emily Ricci flew out to right her first time up. Walked her second time up. Fly ball, right field in the gap. And that's going to get down. Nice cutoff there, but still going to be a stand-up double for Emily Ricci. Ricci came in struggling, but she is now hitting .333 in her last 5 games.
Now batting number 11, Hannah Smith.
And that brings up Hannah Smith, who has walked twice today. She needs one more to tie Tatum Morgan, the former Columbia Tiger, the former Flagler Saint. A great third baseman. As that one's high, nice grab by Powell. She drops it, throws in a second, and Ricci is going to take third base. Wonder if she gets credited for a stolen base on that. I'll check with the score between innings. Pitch is a ball. Hannah Smith has seen 10 pitches, 9 of them have been balls. That one, fly ball, center field at the track, and the side is retired as Ford makes the grab. We go to the top of the 4th. Saints add another run. Do they? No, they don't. I believe it's still. Oh yeah, Marr scored on the double. So yeah, that's an RBI double. I'm going to blame that on being up too late watching the Gator game last night. But we go to the top of the 4th, 6-0, the Saints lead.
And Jersey Mike sub, a sub above.
Emily Ricci becomes the sixth Saint with 30 stolen bases in her career. Alyssa Hunter back to work. Has retired the last 4 hitters she faced. She'll face Starling Martin, Powell, and Smith. First pitch is a strike to Madison Starling Martin, who went to USC Sumter, the former Santa Fe Raider. Takes that one in 1-1. I haven't been over to Santa Fe High School since my senior year of high school, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. But I remember it being a pretty campus back in 1998. Did you? Were you in the band? Were you in the band? Okay, we could have met if you were. Just informed that Madison's mom was a graduate of the class of 98. I was the roadie in the marching band. I didn't have my license yet, so it gave me transportation to football games. So, but we went to Santa Fe for a band festival. As that's fouled off, and it's 2-2 still. It was on Halloween in 1998, as a matter of fact. I remember that because coming back through Gainesville on University Avenue on Saturday night, after Florida had beat Georgia, it was wild. Stewart over the first. And there's one away. So that was an eventful time.
22,
Callie Powell comes up. Callie also from USC Sumter. Takes that one off the corner. Powell went to May River High School in Beaufort. Former St. Courtney Robinson went to Santa Fe High School. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That one breaks back in, 1-2. Nice pitch by Hunter. That one right down St. George Street. Down looking goes Powell, and there's 2 away. Strikeout number 5 for Hunter.
That batted number 4, Phaedra Smith.
Phaedra Smith from Indianapolis, Indiana, transferred from Coppin State. Went to Lawrenceburg Central High School. Takes a ball there. She flew out to center her first time up. Nice pitch inside corner, 1-1. Cut on and missed, 1-2. Santa Fe in Alachua County, about an hour and 45 minutes away. Fly ball, right field. Moss has it, side is retired. 7 in a row retired for Hunter. We're halfway home. Saints come up in the bottom of the 4th, leading 6-0. Nia Fisher back to work. Outside of a rough second inning, she's been solid today. She'll face McQuillan, Snipes, and Kinnear. 4-5-6 for the Saints.
Leading off for the Saints, number 18, Kylie McQuillan.
McQuillan came in hitting .337 over her last 28 games after a slow start as a Saint. She has found her groove. Sometimes when you transfer, you tend to press a little early on, but she is very comfortable now. That is a screamer right at Guy. She feels it, and there's one away.
Now batting, number 9, Reese.
Reese Snipes, 1 for 2 today. That is a slow roller to the third. Allsbrook over to first, stretched by Starley Martin. And there's 2 away. Kylie Kinnear, 0 for 2 today, comes up for the third time. Struck out on 7 pitches, one of 2 strikeouts today for Fisher.
Kyla Kinnear.
Kylie Kinnear trying to extend her on-base streak. Takes that one off the corner for a ball. I don't know what the school record for on-base streak is. I know it's at least 15 because Hannah Smith had 15 consecutive games. I remember Dr. Garland Evans having some long on-base streaks herself. It's 1-1 to Kinnear. Garland was the perfect leadoff hitter. Great eye at the plate, great speed, hit for average, great glove. 3-1 now to Kinnear. Kirsten James on deck. She'll be followed by JoJo Moss this inning. And that is a base hit to left field. So make that 16 straight games reaching base for Kylie Kinnear. And the Saints have a 2-out single that'll bring up Kirsten James, who was 1 for 2 in the second inning. Singled and stole a base and then scored her first time up. Grounded out on her second time up. That one is a ball. Kinnear the runner at first. That's a good pitch for strike one. That one just misses. 2-1 for Fisher. And that is deep in the hole. Throw over to first. Scooped in time. And the side is retired. Ambria Guy getting it done at shortstop today. Makes another great play. We go to the top of the 5th. Saints lead 6-0 on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
Soda cribs and a bathroom I can play baseball in, and a king size tub big enough for 10 plus me. What you need? I need a credit card that's got no limit, and a big black chair with a bedroom in it. Gonna join the Mile High Club at 37,000 feet. I want a new tour bus full of old guitars. My star on Hollywood Boulevard. Somewhere between Cher and James Dean is fine for me.
Top of the 5th, 7-8-9. Allsbrook, Ball, and Fisher will come up this inning for the Tigers. Kennedy Allsbrook leads off from Grayson, Georgia. Transferred from Alabama State. She went to Grayson High School. Struck out her first time up, one of 5 today for Alyssa Hunter. Nice snag there by Ricci, ball 1. This series is the return series of a home and home for the Saints. They took 2 up in Savannah last February, as that breaks in for strike 1. Savannah State, the alma mater of one Shannon Sharp. I may have said that already. I don't know. That is rip foul. And it's 1-2 to Allsbrook. Outside 2-2. That one misses low. The count is full. Carissa Ball on deck. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Allsbrook saw 9 pitches her first at bat. This will be the 7th of this at bat. She has done a great job of battling in the batter's box today. Can Hunter get the best of her for the second time? Payoff pitch. Roll her up to first baseline. Easy play for Snipes, and there's one away. Carissa Ball from Nashville, Tennessee, transferred from Lane College, went to Lebanon High School. Walked her first time up. The last Savannah State Tiger to reach base. One-0 pitch. Did she go? She did. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Got on and missed, 1-2. Off the corner, 2-2. Ricci tried to frame it, but it was a bit outside. On the corner, down looking, strikeout number 6 for Hunter, and there's 2 away. That brings up the pitcher, Nia Fisher, who popped out to short her first time up. Fisher from the 904, cuts and misses. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. To the 3rd hitter of the inning. Hunter on the inside corner, painting the corner for strike 2. In a row for Hunter. That's strikeout number 7. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Saints lead 6-0 on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
Getting off for the Saints is number 5, Jordan Moss.
JoJo Moss, Brooke Marr, Sid Stewart here in the bottom of the 5th. Nia Fisher has gone all the way. Down 6-0 after a rough second, but she's been pretty strong outside of that inning. Moss 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes one on the corner for a strike. Moss hoping the home cooking will help her work out of the slump. That one on the corner. That's a tough pitch because you want to swing at it, but you're probably just going to bang it into the ground. So it's 0-2. That one just misses 1-2. Yeah, you're probably just going to knock that off the end of the bat and not get a good hit if you swing at that second pitch. That one just misses. 2-2. Fisher is struck out 2 and walked 6. That one skips in for ball 3. Brooke Marr on deck. Couldn't hold up, but she did hold up. The pitch is a strike. She tried to hold up, and she did, but the pitch was a strike. Strikeout number 3 for Fisher, and there's one away. Marr has reached base and scored both times today. Hit by a pitch in the second, singled in the third. Takes a strike. Marr now with 28 runs scored on the season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Fisher in the circle, Marr at the plate. On a gorgeous day, 71 degrees. That one played perfectly by Smith, and there's 2 away. Brings up Sid Stewart, who's 1 for 2 with a grand slam, a walk, a stolen base, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored.
Number 2, Sydney Stewart.
That one upstairs, ball 1. Fly ball, center field, off the wall. Stewart is going for 2, and she's going to get there with a double. Career double number 33 moves Sid in the sole possession of 3rd place in school history. She's just 4 behind Maddie Murphy for 2nd, and 5 behind Paige Maceda for 1st. As Emily Ricci comes up, she is 1 for 2 with a walk, 2 stolen bases, and an RBI. First pitch is a ball. 2-0. Stewart the runner at second. Stole her 20th career stolen base and hit her 20th career home run. I'll have to look, but I think that would make her the first 2020 player in school history. That one drops in just high. 3-0 on deck. Hannah Smith. Probably have to get the answer to you Friday. That one catches the corner. 3-1. Well, let's see what I can find here as I dig through the record book. Let's look at the players with 20 stolen bases. By the way, that double breaks a tie with Morgan Murphy, Natalie Murphy, Mackenzie Conley, and Lauren Bissett, who are all at 32. So she's passed two of the Murphy sisters and now is trying to catch up to Maddie. That's ripped foul. Count stays full. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. That's fouled off. We'll do it again. And that is a walk for Ricci, an 8-pitch walk, and it's first and second for Hannah Smith, who's 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. I'm looking at the
Number 11, Hannah Smith.
looking at the stolen base leaders. Well, I'm trying to, but the app is not being very cooperative. Oh, and 1 to Smith. That one in the dirt. 1-1. Stewart at second. Ricci at first. Fouled off. 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So yes, by my recollection, let's take care of the Hannah Smith at bat. She is 1 pitch away from walking for the 3rd time today and walking the bases loaded for Kylie McQuillan. But by my research, Sydney Stewart is the first 20 home run, 20 stolen base player in Flagler history. Payoff pitch coming, fouled off. We'll do it again. Smith with 23 walks, 1 ahead of Sydney Stewart for 22. And that hits Smith, so not a walk. But it loads the bases for Kylie McQuillan.
Now batting number 18, Kylie McQuillan.
Ball 1 to McQuillan, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Stewart at third, Ricci at second, Smith at first, grounder up the middle, diving play, flip over to short, not in time, the run scores. And it's 7-0. It's an RBI single for McQuillan, who now has a 10-game hitting streak. Stewart scores her 3rd run of the day. She is now 5th in school history with Lauren Eli. Reaching the 3rd, Smith the 2nd, McQuillan the 1st. Ball 1 to Snipes. If she reaches base, the game is over. That's a ground to the 3rd. Base hit! RBI single. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And it's 9-0 on a 2-run single. And that means that Alyssa Hunter has pitched a no-hitter. Took me 560 games, but I finally get to call a no-hitter. Alyssa Hunter with the no-hitter goes to 12-3 on the season. RBI single for Snipes. She has 2 on the day. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Tigers. 8 runs, 9 hits for the Saints, no errors. Saints are 26-12, Savannah State 15-21. Once again, Alyssa Hunter pitches a no-hitter, striking out 7, walking 2, and hitting a batter. Well, that's game 1. I'll stick around for a little bit of game 2. Your final score, Flagler 8. Savannah State, nothing. This is Mike Licio signing off for now on the Peach Belt Sports Network.